In this video we're going to take a quick look at the Start button. You can access more or less anything on your computer from the Start button down the bottom left hand corner, so let's have a quick look. Put the pointer onto the Start button and left click once onto it. Always one left click, and you'll see the Start button opens up the Start menu. If you click on the Start button again, it disappears. If you click on the Start button, menu appears again, and if you want to get rid of it, you can click on the Start button again or put the pointer into some empty space on your desktop and it will disappear again. Let's go back to the Start button. First of all, over here we have users. If you've got more than one user on your computer, you can switch them here, but we've also got access to documents, to pictures or photographs, and to settings on your computer just here. So these symbols here represent users, documents, pictures, settings. This is the power button down here, or the on off button. If we just left click once onto it, it gives us the option to shut down the computer, and this should always be the way that you shut your computer down. Don't use the on off switch on your computer itself. Always switch the computer off by this shutdown button here. It also gives you the option to restart if you want to close the computer down and restart it again, for example after doing some updates. You can also put the computer to sleep, which leaves the computer in a state of low power. The Start button also has an A to Z of apps on your computer. If you use the scroll wheel on your mouse while the pointer is on this A to Z menu, use your scroll wheel to go up and down. Have a flick through and become more familiar with what's on your computer. You can also put the pointer onto this scroll bar over here, left click once and hold down, and you can move the scroll bar up and down to go through the apps. So just for example, we've got a calculator, there's the calendar, we've got access to our emails here, we've got Microsoft Office here. So there is an A to Z of apps on your computer. Over here on the right hand side we've got some tiles over here, and we've got access to our Microsoft Office tools here. By default Windows 10 doesn't actually come with Microsoft Office, so you will have to buy it, but we can access the tools here. We can also access our emails here once set up. Microsoft Edge is a browser for browsing the internet. We can access that here as well. We've got the weather here and other tiles. We can also add other items to this list here. For example, if you go to your desktop and see the desktop icons here, put your pointer onto an icon and right click on it to open up a menu. Every icon will have an option to pin to the Start menu, or you can pin to the taskbar as well, which will pin it down the bottom down here. But if you pin to the Start menu, let's just left click on this one here, and if we go back to the Start button and left click, you'll see that Malwarebytes, which is a tool that searches for malicious software on your computer, that is now pinned to your Start menu here for easy access. Also with the Start button, we can put the pointer onto it and actually right click once onto it, which opens up a different menu now. And from this menu we can access information about the system, we can access disk management, computer management, settings on your computer, we can access File Explorer, which is where your documents and photographs are. We can also use the search bar here. So if you haven't got a search bar down the bottom on your computer, which is very useful as discussed in my other videos, you can right click on the Start button, then left click onto search, and it will open up the search box for you. So my advice is to have a play around with the Start button, get familiar with it, don't be scared to click on a few apps, open them up and see what happens. For example, just clicked onto the calculator app appears, and from here we can make some sums. Or for example, we could click onto something else such as Windows accessories, and we could open up Notepad. And if you wanted to make some notes on your computer, we can make some notes and save them onto your computer.